I'm Sam.
And I'm Carly, and we're the FlatOut Travellers.
I saw stars like a blanket. I saw people just like me. There was a light moving forward. I got the word and I got you.
As like Canadian travelers, you're allowed to travel 6 months of a year period.
And we almost didn't get him.
Yeah.
We showed up to the border and they looked at the bus and they're like, where are you going? We're going for a 6-month trip down the East Coast, across, and then up the West Coast. What do you do for a job? We were unemployed right now. Oh, where'd you live? In the bus. Okay, pull over there. And they're like, yeah, you're not getting in today.
Well, and they also said, are you not aware of the requirements for a travel visa in the States? And we're like after we said we sold our house and we quit our jobs, I'm like, we're aware of it, but it's not a law that you have to be a homeowner and have a job to travel in your country. We understand it looks a little bit more sketchy.
I think they're just scared of people coming in and working illegally. He kept saying like, oh, well, what if you fall in love with Texas? You go down to Texas and then you just stay there.
And I'm like, yeah, but
we're like,
that's
well,
illegal.
That's illegal for one, so we're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
And
I'm like, I really like Canada.
Like we just want to travel.
We want to enjoy your country, but we want to come home.
We actually met a family who are traveling in the States full time. Like they're, I think they're going for a 6-month trip.
Because we asked them if they had problems.
Yeah, and they said, oh, we just told them we were going to Disneyland.
Honestly, I would suggest being completely honest. And we were at the point where, like, if they don't let us in, we'll do something else. But I'd rather not lie.
Like, we were at the point where
we were just completely honest.
We can't give them any more. Like, we're giving them everything we got.
Like, all the proof.
We're being as honest as we can. And then they can trip you on it, too. Like,
the thing is, they look at your blog, right? They look at your Instagram.
Yeah, it's just be honest, and if it doesn't work out, well, you gave it everything.
Then you change your plans. So thankfully, eventually, they let us cross.
Yeah, so we went to Walmart.
Restock your groceries because you can't bring a lot of stuff across the border.
Yeah, and then we picked up a SIM card for our phone, American SIM card.
And then we traveled through Vermont, and it was the perfect time of year.
Yeah, we wanted to see Vermont.
Everything on the East Coast is new.
There was a song they were singing. There was a window to the moon. I saw laughter like a promise. I got the world and I got you. I got the world and I got you.
We originally bought the bus as a motocross rig.
Toy hauler.
Yeah, to haul the bikes and quads to the races and have somewhere to sleep. And then we were looking online at stuff and we came across Mike, like Navigation Now here. Apparently we've been saying it wrong all this time.
I always thought it was Navigation Nowhere.
Yeah, us too.
We were correcting yesterday.
Yeah. And
my personal friend of mine.
Yeah. So we saw him and got talking like between us, like, oh, it'd be cool to do kind of thing. But we had just bought a farm, like an 80-acre property.
And we had chickens and goats and pigs and ducks.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh no, we can't do that.
Yeah, we can't do that. Like, we're settled here. This is where we are, kind of thing. And then we'll like say, well, we'll give ourselves a year, and after a year, if we still feel the same.
Because it was winter at that point, and we're like, that's not fair. You can't say you want to sell the farm in winter. See how we feel after the summer.
So then we got to the fall, before winter starts, and we looked at each other and we're like, I guess we're selling. So
we sold the farm, quit the jobs. My cousins took the goats.
Yep.
Got a dream over my shoulder. I got love tied around my waist. I got a big imagination. I got the world and I got you. I got the world and I got you.
Bus is a 97 International. It's got the 7.3 turbo diesel.
Everybody, we say we have that one. They're like, oh, that's a good motor.
Yeah, so
perfect. 7 window,
26 feet bumper to bumper, and 18 feet behind the driver's seat back of living space.
It's not a super common size, actually.
No.
We have a lot of people messaging us being like, where'd you find your bus? I'm looking for one that size. And we're like, come to Manitoba, because we have small school systems, so it's a very common size of bus.
It took 7 months to do. We did it all ourselves, minus the storage box underneath. They were built by a colony.
Yeah, just because it's a lot of welding and they were built really well by them.
Oh, it's a barnwood ceiling, which you don't see very often. The wood is from her brother's barn that fell down.
And it was like 50 feet where we were right invading the bus from.
Yeah.
So we literally took the barn and just dragged it over.
When you started to build, what were like the most important things to you?
Having a space to like host people.
My most important was a permanent table.
Yeah, permanent table.
We were looking at plans. We saw a lot of people have like double couches. And I really wanted a permanent kitchen table for eating and having a decent sized kitchen. And we got a real 4-burner cooktop, propane, which is wonderful. Like we have tons of counter space. We can both cook at the same time, which we both like doing.
Yeah, and having enough room for like someone to be working on this side and someone to be chopping on that side.
Yeah, because we both cook. We built all the cabinets.
And then we have our sink with faucet.
Yeah, between the kitchen and the bed. We have it as a do-it-yourself composting toilet. It's really because I didn't want a gray water tank. Is the main reason. Composting toilets are great, but I didn't want to spend $1,000 on a toilet. But mine cost $30. Honestly, I think I'll put another $30 in revamping my toilet, and I think I'm gonna love it.
Yeah.
And I'll find out then, because I like almost love it.
We didn't want a camper. We didn't want an RV. We wanted a school bus converted home.
And we still wanted to feel like a school bus.
Like a school bus.
So we left the original door in the school bus because someone would be like, wouldn't you replace that? Like, no, to me that's the number one best thing about a school bus is the door.
Number 2 is the windows.
Yeah.
Like, yes, they suck. They let a lot of heat out, but that's what lets all the light in.
They're classic.
What makes a school bus a school bus.
You wanted like a moody, creative workspace.
Yeah.
Like for creating music and stuff.
And Carly wanted bright and happy and airy.
Yeah, because it's a small space.
And we got the perfect mix, I think.
We think we got a perfect mix with the barnwood ceiling, mixing with the white cabinets and
but
the
then
wood
the dark
counters.
up front.
Yeah, and then the moody, dark, black front.
And then a darker bedroom kind of thing. Like, yeah.
So we were really happy with the compromise.
Yeah.
Then as you walk into our bus, we have the couch on the left-hand side. It's like a full 6 feet, which is nice for sleeping, and it pulls out into like a double-sized bed.
And then we have the dinette. Obviously there's storage under everything. That side of the dinette houses our entire electrical system. And our
underneath here.
Our amps, our AC panel, everything. Everything electrical is there. Solar is right there.
Well, and our solar plugins are here.
Solar plugins right there, and then our batteries are literally there. We have 200 watts solar, and then we have 460 amp hours of storage at 12 volts with 4 6-volt batteries. We're running a 120 volt fridge.
Like an apartment-sized fridge, and we charge our devices.
Yeah.
And then everything else is 12 volt and takes very little, like water pump, 12 volt lights. Batteries charge when we drive too. The battery bank was more important to us than the solar cells.
Yeah, having a decent sized battery.
Because of the way our lifestyle is.
And then we have the generator as backup. But it's been 3 months and we've ran it 4 times. The stove is the Cubic Mini Cub. It's awesome.
Love it. We tried to maximize our ceiling height as much as possible.
That's also why we did the inset ceiling.
We had a hitchhiker with us for a month and he was 6'4", so it was a little difficult for him.
Yeah.
Did you just say you had a hitchhiker with you for a month?
So...
Do you want to tell it or do you tell it?
I can't talk. Maybe you should tell it.
So, we were in Montreal and we were just checking out the city kind of thing, and this couple walked by and started looking at the bus, and we got talking, and he was from Australia. He was visiting his girlfriend in Canada, and he's like, yeah, I'm actually hitchhiking across Canada. I'm on my way to Newfoundland. I want to leave tomorrow. So we're like, wow.
And he wasn't like trying to convince us to pick him up or anything.
Not at all.
We were just chatting.
Yeah, and we're like, well, we're going to Newfoundland tomorrow. Do you want to come with? And we're like we can, take you to Newfoundland and then go our separate ways kind of thing. He's like, yeah, that'd be awesome. Like, on.
He was like giving us hugs. He's super pumped.
Yeah.
Because like it was a long drive to Newfoundland.
Yeah, it was like a 3-day drive.
It was a 3-day drive. So for him to hitchhike that would have taken a long time.
Yeah, and a lot of trips, right? So he's like, that'd be so awesome. And so Yeah, so on the way to Newfoundland, we got talking about travel plans, and he's like, yeah, I'm planning on spending like a month there, then I gotta be back in Quebec, or in Montreal in a month. And we're like, well, we gotta be in Quebec City in a month, which is like 2 hours from Montreal. So we're like,
Well, we
I
can't.
guess we're traveling together for the next month.
Yeah, we're like, we can't just drop you off on the side of the road and then like keep passing you. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you may as well join us for the month.
Yeah, so
So it was crazy. And we'd only been traveling for 3 weeks when this happened.
Yeah.
And like this opportunity came up. And so when we were talking in the parking lot with him and he said, I'm hitchhiking to Newfoundland, I didn't even look at Sam. All of a sudden I was like, well, would you like to join us? And then all of a sudden I'm like, I looked at Sam, I'm like, are we feeling the same vibe?
Yeah.
Like, just invited him to join us.
yeah.
But
And the first night after, we dropped him off in Quebec City, went our ways, and then the first night we sat there and we're like, what did we do before Sash was here?
yeah.
And then we realized we've been actually traveling with him longer than we've been traveling without him. Oh yeah.
A lot of adventure.
So if you happen to see old George, the bus, rambling down the freeway, make sure you stick out your thumb for the FlatOut Travellers. And if you catch up with them camped out somewhere, whether that's on top of a mountain, by the side of a river, or at a tiny house festival, you're probably going to find everybody else kind of buzzing around them too.
It's down in Florida or somewhere down south sometimes, so we're going to send it back with them. Just sneak into.
Perfect.
I saw stars like a blanket. I saw people just like me. There was a light moving forward. I got the word and I got